Okay, so previously we saw that if you have an equation of the form a times b is equal to 0, um, for example the one that you see here, that we then say that either x plus 3 must be 0 or the x plus 5 must be 0. In other words, x equals minus 3 or x equals minus 5. We can solve equations which are in this form in this way. But now let me do the following. Let me just multiply out these brackets. This is going to be, I'm going to do this the long way. There's a reason for that. It'll become clear in a minute. This is x squared. I've got plus a 3x plus a 5x plus 15 is equal to, actually, let me leave this as 3 times 5 is equal to 0. And I'll do this in between step, which will become clear in a minute why I'm doing that. It's 3 plus 5x plus 3 times 5 is equal to 0, and that of course then is x squared is equal to 8x plus 15 is equal to 0. Now, all of these things on the right, yeah, they're all equal to each other. All I've done is I've expanded these brackets. I've multiplied out the brackets. So the equation that we have down below here, x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0, is equivalent to the equation I have up here. Yeah, the same solution make it true. We see here that x equals minus 3 is a solution. If I put minus 3 into here, I get minus 3 squared is 9, plus the 15 is 24. Yeah, the 8 times minus 3 is minus 24. Yes, that is equal to 0. These equations are equivalent. So then, of course, where I'm going is let's pretend for a minute that we hadn't started with this equation, but we'd started with this equation. So let's say that we had been asked to solve x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. And of course, we already know that the solutions are x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 5. But let's pretend for a minute that we had not. What this has made clear is the way that we would be able to solve this is, of course, to undo this multiplying out of brackets. And in fact, instead of going from here to here like I did, we go from here back to there. Do this and then say x equals minus 3 or x equals minus 5. The question is, how do we do that? Now, what that is that we want to do, this undoing of multiplying out the brackets, is called the sum product method. And so what I'm doing in this video is explaining what the sum product method is and why we need it, but not quite yet exactly how you do it. But let's at least do one here. If I wanted to factor out this expression here, what I'd start with is at least write my two brackets. Yeah. What I'd also do is write an x here and write an x here. And then what I'm looking for now is two numbers that I want to put here. Again, already we know that this is, of course, the result I'm looking for. But again, pretend that we don't know. If I look at my steps here on the right, I'm now going to highlight this one because really this is the most important step, which tells us about how to undo this multiplying out of the brackets. Because here we see that this 8, where does it come from? It comes from adding the 3 and the 5. It's the 3x plus 5x gives me that 8, 3 plus 5x. Where does that 15 come from? It comes from the multiplication of the 3 and the 5. It gives you the 15. So really what I'm looking for here is two numbers, an a, let's say, and a b, that when I multiply this one number a times b, I want to get 15. And when I add them together, I'm going to get an 8. And that's the name of the game. That's what the sum product method is. Yeah, the sum of these two things must be that number in front of the x. The product of these two things must be the constant that you add at the end. And of course, yeah, the two numbers you're looking for are, in this case, the 3 and the 5. Just another example of why this is useful. Consider the following. Let's say x squared plus 7x plus 12 equals 0. So what I want to do now is, again, factor this out. Yeah. In other words, go backwards from here to there. Then, yeah, use this a times b equals 0 method to say what x is. And pause the video there if you think that you can do this. Okay, you've tried. Let's see if you got it. I'm going to write my two brackets. I'm going to write x here, x there. And without telling you how I'm doing this, I'm just going to give you the solution. X plus 3 times x plus 4. 3 times 4 is 12, yes. 3x plus 4x is 7x, yes. This is correctly factored. In other words, x equals minus 3 or x equals minus 4. This is the what and why of the sum product method. Next video will explain actually how to do it.